Hey friends, I have the most fun project for us to do today, and I can't wait to show it to you. I think you may want to do it over and over because ever since I saw it on redtedart.com, I knew I wanted to have one of those and wanted to make one. And Rosie's here with me, although she is nosing me because she thinks we're going to play. Hey Rosie. She thinks we're going to play catch. She's been chasing after a tennis ball today. But that's okay. She can sit with me and while we make this. So this is called a grass head. Isn't that crazy? It is made with the following things that you'll need. You'll need grass seed. You'll need some potting soil. You'll need some knee-highs or old stockings. People don't wear pantyhose much anymore, but they used to, and I used to have a lot of this because whenever I would wear them, I would get a run and I'd have to throw them away. Well, you don't have to throw them away now. You can make something cool out of them. But if your mom doesn't have old pantyhose that you could use, you could just use knee-highs. Maybe she has those, or tights, or stockings of any kind. It just has to be something kind of sheer so that the grass can grow through it. You'll see what I mean. So you need that. You need decorations. You can make them out of felt if you want. For the face, you need eyes, mouth, and you can just cut that out of any old piece of fabric, felt if you have it. You could use a pipe cleaner. You can get really creative. You'll see what I mean once we start it. You'll need some glue to put the decorations on with. And I'm going to use a rubber band to make a nose out of this guy. You'll see. I'll explain. So, and you need scissors. And that's it. So let's get started. So the first thing we do is, if I'm going to use this knee-high, I'm going to cut off the end. And we're going to put the grass seed in first. So let's do that. Ooh, it's really getting sunny out here. I'm going to open up my grass seed. I had to buy some, which I needed it anyway, for all the spots that Rosie has dug up. She's hiding over there. Okay, so I'm going to open up the knee-high and I'm going to get it down to the toe. And let me move the camera so you can see. I'm going to fill it. Look at this crazy green colored grass seed. So I'm going to put probably about 2 tablespoons in, which is a ridiculous amount, but we really want it to grow. So you can see it's about this much grass. So now I'm going to need potting soil. So I'm going to turn this down so it's easier to put it in. Rosie, what you doing? And I'll put in a whole bunch of potting soil. And this is kind of messy, but I'm going to just use my fingers because that's easier. But you could use some kind of spoon if you wanted, or a measuring cup. That would probably be smart if I had thought of that. But I'm just going to fill this up. And of course I wore white pants today. That's okay. Okay, it's looking almost done. Put a little bit more. Now we want it to be, heads are generally pretty round. I'm going to put in a little bit more because I want to make a nose, and that's going to take up some of it. All right, so I'm going to kind of play with it and get it round. I want that seed to stay on the bottom. So I have a round head, and I'm going to, you could use a twist tie, or you could just use a rubber band. I'm going to use this rubber band, and I'm going to keep tying it. This is going to be his head, and of course the grass is going to be his hair. Okay, so now we've got a head. We just need, he doesn't have a nose. He doesn't have any facial features yet, but we're going to give those to him. So I found a little bitty rubber band, which is good, and I'm going to try and kind of get a pinch a nose in the front. And see the problem, it's not going to stay there, so that's why I have the rubber band. I'm going to pinch it, and then I'm going to rubber band it. And I'm going to just do that a few times just to get it to stick out there. So see, there's his nose. But he needs an eye, he needs eyes and a mouth. And I have some Google eyes, so I'm going to use those. But you don't have to have Google eyes. You could use fabric, whatever you wanted to make eyes. See, now he needs a mouth. So I'm going to cut a mouth. I think I'm going to give him, I don't have any red, so I'm going to give him a pink mouth. There we go. So now we've got the face. You could make ears. You could make him an outfit once you get him started. So for the grass to grow, the water has to get to it, right? So we're going to set him up so that his neck, his very long neck, can help us with that. The water can travel up, just like in the video I made, and you may have participated with me on making a walking rainbow. That was super fun. You ought to check that out if you haven't done it. But we talked about capillary action. And capillary action is the movement of water opposite the force of gravity. And that's going to help him get the water that he needs. So what we're going to do is we're going to set him in a glass, and we're going to keep water in it. Now, we'll adjust the length of his neck so that it fits the glass that we decide to use. A glass or a vase. This would be perfect. So I'll trim that off. And we'll pour some water in. See, now it wants to float, so you gotta really soak it first. That's okay, just so it's touching the water. Once it starts absorbing water, the water level will go down, and you'll have to make sure that it doesn't dry out, because if it dries out, of course, our grass won't grow. And he needs his hair. So this is him, and we'll check back and see how he does in a few days, see what his status is. All right, well, I'm back. It's been about a week, I think, and just wait, do you see him? He's so cute. I got nervous about 4 or 5, maybe 4 days in, and thought, there's nothing happening. I don't know if this seed is good, but I was just being impatient because it just takes like a week to get a full head of hair on your little guy. But when I was being impatient, I started another one, and you can see them both now. So let's look at him and see how he looks. So what do you think? Is he not the cutest? You can tell this is the guy that I started with, although he probably looks different because, well, one of his eyes looks a little off, but his eyes fell off, and I replaced them. Looks like I used to have the big eyes on him, and now he's got little eyes, but that's okay. Don't be discouraged if it takes a while and it doesn't look like anything's happening, because it will happen. I just kept them in a sunny spot in the kitchen, and you do have to make sure that they're water, that they do have water. In fact, look at this. Let's see if I can hold him. Yeah, there's no water in there. He's soaked up all the water. So once the grass really gets growing, they drink a lot of water. So I need to put some more water in there. And you can also tell I took off the rubber band around his nose, and he still has a nose. I think it looks pretty good. That's the grass head project. So I hope you give it a try. It's really fun and easy, and I think you'll enjoy it. Have a great day. Bye.